Welcome to Middle Class Matters. Today we will further discuss on the Supreme Court Committee report on Adani issue, Adani share price volatility. The structure of this report has been discussed in chapter 1. This report is organized as per para 24. This report is organized in the same sequence as the remit for the committee set out in para 15 of the Honorable Supreme Court's order dated March 2nd, 2023. This report is organized in the following structure. A. Executive summary and preface. B. Chapter 1 Introduction and Approach. C. Chapter 2 Volatility Assessment. This is responsive to the committee's remit under paragraph 15A. D. Chapter 3 Investor Awareness. Responsive to the committee's remit under paragraph 15B. E. Chapter 4 Alleged Contraventions and Regulatory Failure. This is responsive to the committee's remit under paragraph 15C. F. Chapter 5 Regulatory Framework and Compliance Strengthening Measures. Responsive to the committee's remit under paragraph 15D. The committee has also acknowledged the various members who have contributed in making of this report, compiling of this report, discussion of the report. That is, under paragraph 25, the committee would be remiss if it did not place on record its appreciation for the efforts of two officers, Ms. Surabhi Jain, Joint Secretary, Capital Markets, Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, and Mr. Amarjit Singh, Executive Director, SEBI. Point number 28. The committee also desires to place on record its appreciation of the staff in the registry of the Honorable Supreme Court who have ably assisted the committee in conduct of meetings smoothly, both in person and online, whether on court working days or on weekends. Point number 29. The committee was unanimous that the work expected of the members was a call of duty and they would waive the proposal to provide remuneration for the work done. As per the chapter 2 discusses on the volatility assessment. This is divided into various portions. The first portion discusses on introduction and context. Point number 1. Protection from undue volatility in the stock market is one of the prime drivers of the Honorable Supreme Court's order dated March 2, 2023. The publication of the Hindenburg report on January 24, 2023 led to prices of Adani stocks nosediving in the securities market. For days, the prices kept falling and then resumed rising. But the prices are not at the level they were in prior to January 24, 2023. Point number 2. Is volatility a necessary element in any free market where price discovery is a product of interplay of demand and supply, as influenced by information that affects demand and supply? How volatile has the Indian market been? In the process, what is volatility? As defined by Investopedia, volatility often refers to the amount of uncertainty or risk related to the size of the changes in a security's value. A higher volatility means that a security's value can potentially be spread out over a large range of values. This means that the price of the security can change dramatically over a short time period in either direction. A lower volatility means that a security's value does not fluctuate dramatically and tends to be more steady. Point number 6. Market volatility is the frequency and magnitude of price movements. The bigger and more frequent the price swings, the more volatile the market would be. A statistical tool conventionally used to measure market volatility would be the measurement of standard deviation, which gives a sense of how much something moves from an average benchmark value. Point number 7. Indices are constructed by deriving prices of stocks that are expected to be representative of the market. As the price of the constituent stocks moves, the value of the index would move. Therefore, when one looks at indices as a barometer of the market, the inherent expectation would be one of less volatility. Point number 8. A volatility index, popularly known as VIX, is a measure that has come to be in vogue for markets to measure volatility. The VIX was first created by the Chicago Board Options Exchange (CBOE) in 1993 with an intent to reflect the implied volatility of the S&P 500 index over the next 30 days. This is popularly known as the sentiment index or fear index and is calculated using the prices of the index options on the S&P 500 index. If the VIX were to rise, it would indicate an increased risk of a decline in the stock market, signaling nervousness among investors. A drop in the VIX translates into expectation of a rise in the stock markets, as lower volatility is associated with lower risk. The National Stock Exchange (NSE) computes an Indian VIX to measure volatility in the Indian market. Point number 9. Sharp movements in prices of a share, both upward and downward, is reflected in its volatility measure. Point number 10. It is noteworthy that while volatility can cause fear, it also prompts companies to respond. Volatility is a symptom signal sent to the decision makers in companies that they need to address some facet of their operations that causes volatility. Point number 11. In the case of Adani Group, it is a matter of public record that the fall in prices led to the promoter group reducing its borrowing backed by pledge of securities issued by these companies. And indeed, a large private equity investor has acquired a substantial equity stake from the promoters of the Adani Group for just short of USD 2 billion. These are reflective of the symptomatic signals and the reactions to the signals. Volatility and Adani stocks. List of dates and events post Hindenburg report. Point number 12. A list of dates and events relating to events that would have a direct impact on Adani stocks is set out below. Date and event. January 24, 2023 Hindenburg report on the Adani Group. January 29, 2023 Adani Group response dismissing all allegations. January 31, 2023 Adani Enterprises further public offer subscribed 1.12 times. Abu Dhabi's IHC commits 381 million in Adani Enterprises, 15% of the offering. February 1, 2023 Swiss lender Credit Suisse Group AG stops accepting bonds from Adani Group companies as collateral for margin loans to its private banking clients. February 2, 2023 Adani Enterprises calls off its 2 billion follow-up public offering. February 6, 2023 reports emerge that the Adani Group will rein in its spending by half, further triggering a fall in the stock value for its listed entities. February 8, 2023 French firm Total Energies decides to pull out from Adani Group's 50 billion green energy plan. February 9, 2023 Adani Group abandons its plan to buy a coal plant in India for $850 million. February 10, 2023 MSCI cuts the free float status of 4 Adani firms: Adani Enterprises, Adani Total Gas, Adani Transmission and ACC. And Moody's also downgrades ratings outlook of 4 Adani firms. February 15, 2023, Adani Group decides to halt its investment in a coal to polyvinyl chloride (PVC) plant in Gujarat. The company had planned to spend $4 billion on this project. February 23, 2023, Fitch Rating has affirmed the BBB rating on the $400 million senior secured notes issued by Adani Transmission Limited. On February 24, 2023, S&P affirms Adani Green's rating at BB+. March 2, 2023, Honorable Supreme Court issues an order for Supreme Court Committee. March 2, 2023, US investment firm GQG invest $1.9 billion in Adani companies. March 9, 2023, NSE puts Adani Enterprises, Adani Power and Adani Wilmar under the short-term ASM framework stage 1. March 10, 2023, asset sale in Adani Cements worth $450 million as part of efforts to reduce debt and restore investors' confidence in his conglomerate. Adani owns 63% of Ambuja Cements. March 13, 2023, Adani Transmission and Adani Total Gas put under the stage 2 of long-term additional surveillance measures. March 23, 2023, Fitch Rating affirms rating for Adani Ports at BBB1 with stable outlook. March 27th, AMG Media Networks acquires 49% stake in Quintillion Business Networks. March 28th, Ken report on non-repayment of $2.15 million loan against shares by Adani Groups. These are some of the developments on the volatility of Adani stocks. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, make your comments. We will further discuss in the following videos about the Supreme Court Committee report. Thanks for watching.